father was always pushing you and saying that you were going to be what you eventually became.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess your story would start at 14, when your father passes, when your mother encourages you to continue playing football. What was that time like for you?
Yeah, that was a difficult time. Obviously, just losing my father, that was tough. Being 14 years old, the man I look up to, the man who raised me, losing a parent, it was very tough for me and my family. A very hard situation, but yeah, like you said, being able to bounce back and handle that adversity, and like you said, that year I was thinking about quitting football. I was a backup quarterback, playing wide receiver. Stuff wasn't really going my way, and I was like, man, I might have to give it up. And my mom, knowing that my dad's dream was for me to play football, me to be an athlete, that he was the one that was always out front throwing the football with me, teach me how to throw, teach me how to catch, that was his dream for me, and she's the one that really pushed me and, said stick it out another year and see what happens. And, ended up sticking out that year and became the starting quarterback, and was able to fight through that adversity, get over that uphill battle, and come out better for it on the other end.
Well, and moving forward from that, you're making it real simple, but it's not that simple.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Moving forward from that, what was that like? Because people need to know why you are where you are today.
Yeah, no, it was tough. Like I said, you lose, the person who's taught you so much in life, and it was hard. It was very hard. Being a kid, just not understanding, why the situation happened. Obviously, people pass away and life goes on, but for it to be your dad, it's like, man, you never would have thought that would have happened. And that's my superhero. My parents were my superhero. They both were, police officers. So I've, heard stories about my dad fighting crime, and he seems like a superhero. And then to lose him was tough. But I had my 3 sisters, my mom, and I had a lot of supports, system around me that were able to help me get through it. But it was a very tough time. That whole year, I'd say, was tough because you got to just adjust to life. Everybody you talk to after that is asking you how you doing, and just things like that. It's a tough situation. It taught me at a young age that adversity happens in life. You want life to be perfect. You want to think it's this dream and fairy tale that everything's going to be happy, everybody's going to be healthy, but life goes on and things happen, and it's not that way. So to be able to just handle that adversity and move on and grow from it, and I think just emotionally it matured me a little bit at a young age too.
The Packers saw a guy that can be their future, and it's not going to be this year, but it may be next year or the year after.
And you get drafted to Green Bay where Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback. What was that part of the process like for you? Because it has to be the excitement of knowing you've been drafted, knowing that you're a first-round quarterback, but you also understand at least right away you'll be sitting.
I was there with my family, man, and I was super excited when that phone finally rang, and I see Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'm like, okay, answer it. Packers. I'm like, oh, here we go. Got drafted. That's what you work for. That's a dream come true and a blessing just to get there. But my mind immediately went to, okay, yeah, Aaron Rodgers is there. I've been watching Aaron my whole life, so.
How should Aaron Rodgers feel about this move?
He should feel disgusted. He should feel insulted. And as far as I'm concerned, if I was Aaron Rodgers, I'd ask to be traded. To hell with all of them.
Of becoming what you are today.
Yeah, man, that was the journey for me, is because in high school, obviously undersized, was a backup, and I got strength coaches telling me, oh, you're gonna be 6'4", you're gonna be huge, look at my hands, look at my feet, things like that. Like, just wait, you'll grow into your body. And I'm like, I'm not believing it. And then start hitting growth spurt, but still was trying to figure it out on the field, things like that. Wasn't this great player. I was a 2-star coming out. And so it's all these things that, my confidence wasn't super high in high school. I was always saying I was good. More than anything, I was a basketball player. I thought I was going to be a hooper, and that didn't work out. But I'd say my junior, going into my senior year, that's when, started going to some more camps, played 7-on-7 with Ground Zero, got a little bit more looks over there. That's when the offers started rolling in. I was like, okay, I'm going to go to college and, get a free education, hopefully become the starting quarterback. But my mindset still wasn't, I'm gonna make it to the NFL. Like, that was a dream, but it wasn't like a reality thinking that that could actually happen. So, you know, I went to college, and I think really once I starting in college and started seeing myself getting better and better and better and being able to compete with these dudes, so I was looking around and being like, man, these dudes are really good. Like, I wish I could get there. And then, you know, just kept working, and obviously I got there, took over in college, became a starter, and those dreams, I was like, okay, next step's the NFL now, and it's all becoming a little bit more real. So I think my confidence through that, it all
broke
just kept
about
growing.
15, 20 minutes ago. The Packers' Aaron Rodgers is unvaccinated. He is tested positive for COVID. He will not be available for the game against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Quite a gift for them.
Love trying to drop it off for Jones, incomplete, 4th down.
If my kids were going to a huge dinner, and I mean like a once-a-lifetime dinner, I don't know where to put the fork and the spoon, and, you know, it's not very good, and they're kind of anxious, and, well, if I don't prepare them, that's on me. But if I send them to etiquette school for 18 months, even though they're kids, and there's still a tire fire, that's on my kids.
Oh, he wasn't ready for the snap. Flags on the play.
My kids are smart. You got to be able to learn. That'd be on them, not dad. Okay, Jordan Love had 18 months in one of the best etiquette schools in the NFL. Matt LaFleur is really good. The Packers O-line, oh gosh, once again, it's really good. Smart system, that was wildly underwhelming. And by the way, you can tell a lot from a player based on how the opponent attacks him and how the coaches call the plays. Green Bay coaches did not trust Jordan Love 18 months in that system with those players around him. We didn't have huge expectations. What it's about is, remember, and this is a real thing, Joy and I have been on this for a year, the coaches...
And obviously being a backup for 3 years, the questions kept coming in, and not even getting preseason my rookie year, so I definitely didn't see the field at all. So people just didn't really know what I was about. Being drafted to Green Bay, they have Aaron Rodgers. Like, you know, there's a lot that went into my situation. I think it just raised people's antennas a little more. Like, who is this guy? Can he play? Is he going to be good? He's like, what's the situation going to look like? So, you know, I dealt with that for 3 years, and you know, it was a lot. It was people coming to me in the locker room like, bro, why these people ask me about you all off season? I'm like, man, I don't know what to tell you. Like I'm gonna get out there when I get out there, when I get my opportunity. Yeah. So yeah, it was a lot of dealing with that, man.
So it's one thing to be questioned, but I guess the question is, did you question yourself and your abilities, like your patience? What was at the forefront? Complacency, like I don't know what's gonna happen, or more motivation?
I think if anything, it was more motivation. Just wanting to prove people wrong. You know, I see everything they're saying, how, you know, this guy can't play, who is this guy? This guy's trash. And, you know, just knowing that once I get my opportunity, I'm gonna prove people wrong, and I'm gonna show them who I am. And just waiting on that opportunity.
Watson in motion on 3rd and 10. Love steps up on the run. Wide open, Jaden Reed. Make the man miss. Reed, goodbye. Touchdown, Packers.